Hey everybody, I'm your man, Dennis Pitzenbarger. It is Las Vegas Convention Center and the 50th SEMA show, and it has been an incredible show. With me on my little tiny little blanket of fun here in the SEMA Central, Jessi Combs, the fastest woman on four wheels. Yes. Also my co-host in what was the craziness last night. I think they might rehire us next year. You think? I heard a lot of really great feedback. We had a lot of fun. We did not have any wardrobe malfunctions. We had a few electronic malfunctions, and we just started doing the soft shoe. I think it was knee, leg, but it's good to have you up here.
Your legs are really great as a can-can dancer.
Well, thank you. No. But it was fun, and you got a lot going on. Not just, SEMA, the banquet was fun. The breakfast was incredible. SEMA as a whole was great. We've had a lot of fun already this year. But you got a lot going on. Let's talk about beyond SEMA, what you got going, because you've been ping-ponging all over the place. Yeah, I've seen you. Well, there's a giant picture of you right over there.
Huge picture. Yeah, go over and take a selfie with it and hashtag Jessie at SEMA. I want to see how many people actually do it.
What do you got going on at SEMA this year?
SEMA this year, I was signing autographs at Lincoln Electric, Warren Industries, Torquil Oil, and CRC, which are all of my clients or sponsors when I race, because as you know,
you do this little racing thing.
This little road, I race a lot, but that particular one is Ultra 4. I race King of the Hammers. I'm still the only female to ever podium finish in all 11 years of its history. I've won twice. I've won in the spec class, I've won in the stock mod class, and I've won a national championship in it.
As a father of a 10-year-old who is extremely competitive, and I tell her to rub it in when we scrimmage against boys teams. It's kind of fun, isn't it? It's fun to dig it in a little bit. Come on, you can tell. You can say it.
It is fun. There's a point of being a true competitor, but I'm not gonna lie, I really love winning. I really love it.
Who does? Well, it is fun. It's great to be a competitor, but there is nothing better than winning.
I like being on top.
I
always do the best that I can possibly do, and it turns out to be pretty successful for me. So.
Let's talk about being the fastest woman on four wheels.
Yeah.
I've been pretty fast. I've had 10-second cars. I've had a lot of fun going fast. I actually went like 160 in an old big block Ranchero. I think it was just the Speedo. That thing was way off. But man, well over 400 miles an hour. Let's talk a little bit about how that has got to be something that is a visceral experience that only so many, what is the number? 5, 10 that have ever even done this?
I think I'm in the top 10 fastest people on the entire planet.
Wow.
Is when we do the research and whatever's recorded, I'm in top 10 for sure. We went out about 5 or 6 weeks ago, and I set a new record of 477.59 miles an hour in a car called the North American Eagle. It's an F-104 Starfighter jet without wings. So it's got a J79 jet engine in it. It's equivalent to about 45,000 horsepower, and it is insanely fast.
What is that experience like inside that cockpit? Because they roll. Bonnie, if you haven't been to the Salt Flats, it is a bucket list to even go,
yep,
let alone compete. But when you're at those level of cars, you'll hear a lot of people say 200 club, 300 club, 400 club. You're in a very elite class being in the 400 club. When you go and do that, and I know you're shooting for 500 club, we'll talk about that in a second, but when you get pushed, they don't realize there's a lot of cars out there that will drive out. These cars are so purpose-built. They push you out, and you get rolling, and you go. Is it quiet to you? Or is it, because I've heard in-car audio, and sometimes it can be very visceral and very, overwhelming to you in your head. When I race, things go quiet.
It goes very quiet, especially when I go into afterburners. When I go into afterburners, everything goes away. It's so fast, it's slow, it's so loud, it's quiet, it's so bumpy, it's smooth. I am in such a hyper-focused state of mind that I'm not really paying attention to the rest of the things other than my team, my car, and my course. And that's pretty much the only thing that I focus on.
When's 500? You're shooting for it, aren't you?
We were shooting for it, and we got really, really close this year. We had a couple technical difficulties, and I had to pull out of my throttle early before I even hit the timing traps. So the fact that I was going 477 miles an hour before I even hit race mile 4 is kind of a big deal. I'm trying to break 512 miles an hour, which is Kitty O'Neill's record. She set that back in 1976 in a 3-wheeled rocket car. So one, she can go a lot faster and a lot shorter of a distance, but she also is like, it's a rocket car. You know what I mean? it's eyeballs in, eyeballs out.
It's literally a Looney Tunes, you know, Wile E. Coyote. It's a rocket. I mean, and you strap yourself to it. I think you had more than just roller skates, but it's that kind of thing. It's amazing. And like I said, I know that you will back me up on this. Going to Bonneville is an amazing, both clairvoyant and clear vision that you don't see in a lot of different race atmospheres. You can go to a drag strip and watch 10,000 horsepower go down the track. You can go to a round track and watch them. But it's a very calming but yet amazing experience out there.
It's a very surreal experience. Going to Bonneville is definitely something where you're kind of like on the moon. Now going where we go, we don't take the car to the salt because it's a jet engine, so it's got 2 giant intakes on either side. So it would suck up the salt and completely kill a $1 million engine. So we go to dirt lake beds. So we've been testing the Alver Desert. We've gotten to the point where we've wrung every inch out of that lake bed and we're looking for a larger lake bed. But the crazy thing about it is that we're the only people out there. You know, when you go to an SET event, there's hundreds of thousands of people out on the salt flats. Whereas when we go, it's literally just us. We have an entire lake bed to ourselves and one massive pit. Because our car is 58 feet long. It's a huge car. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen it. It was here a couple years ago. And it's huge. It's not your typical land speed car, I'll put it that way.
What's the joke about a giant Tylenol with wheels? No. Let's talk about 1,000 things to do with your car before you die. That's your new adventure.
Well, we've been filming that one for about 5 years. It's my favorite job that I've ever had. I love my crew, I love my co-host, I love the cars we get to drive, but we literally go around the world and we check off your automotive bucket list. So if there's anything that anybody's ever wanted to do, drive on the Nürburgring, go to the Arctic Circle, drive a monster truck, race.
Be on the Great American Race.
Go on the Great American Race, yes. That was one of the first times we actually got to work fully with each other. But yeah, that was a great adventure.
That was a cool experience.
Yeah, I drove, the Great Race started in just outside of San Francisco and went all the way across to Moline, Illinois. It was a 9-day rally race. And I was lucky enough to be able to drive a 1927 Persang Bugatti across country. And I am one of the most honored people, and I loved it so much, I actually kept going. So once the race was over, I drove it all the way to the East Coast.
But, you know, the best part of that was the fact that I've seen all the videos, and it drove you crazy. It drove you crazy because, as you said, I want to win. I want to go fast. And a lot of people that don't realize what the Great American Race is it's a timed event that you literally are supposed to go 39 miles an hour for this many miles, 29 miles an hour. And you can, if you go check out the videos, just search Great American Race and Jessi Combs, put it in the search engine, you'll find these great videos where I can see it in your face. You're like, I just want to go faster. I just want to go faster.
Oh, I broke down. I lost my junk one day and I was like, who does this? I mean, I get it. I get it especially when they only had pre-war cars.
Yeah.
But that Bugatti is not your typical pre-war car. That car goes 120 miles an hour, whereas your typical Model T goes maybe, 70?
At best, with a tailwind downhill.
Exactly. So fact of the matter is it was good. It was really, really difficult for us. What's even more difficult is that our camera cars kept getting in the way, and these guys are like intense about their racing.
They take it very, well, there's 50 grand on the line. They take it very seriously.
Big purse on the line. And so we got to the point where it was like day 4, and we're like, we're just not gonna compete. We're gonna stay out of their way. We did the entire course. We did everything that we did. We stopped at all the stops. We just didn't race anymore because we didn't want to ruin it.
And admittedly, I did the whole course too in my air-conditioned rental car.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yeah, going across Utah in a Bugatti where you're literally straddling your drivetrain and they're like in a coffin and there's nothing cooling you down. It was fairly miserable for about 3 days.
I turned on the AC. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having it was a fun time following everybody. If people want to know more about how to get a hold of you, how to watch what you're doing, how to check out your racing, how to check out your show, all of that good stuff, there's the camera. Tell them where.
It's very easy. You can go to jessicombs.com, Jessi, no E, combs.com. From there you can find my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. There's a whole bunch of links to all of my television shows, everything that I do, because it doesn't stop with just the list. So there's I have a lot going on.
We're all very busy. Congratulations. And you know what? It was fun doing the banquet and the breakfast with you. It was my honor. We had a good time up there. It's like she's the little sister. I had 3 older sisters. It's my little sister I never had. Hey, if you want to know more about what's going on, it's right here. SEMA 2016, the 50th annual. We'll see you soon.